Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to use your middle school classroom in Educate the Congo website. So this is our Educate the Congo site. The address is up here in the left-hand corner. Now you can actually translate this site into English or French. You can do that by clicking these two buttons here. So if you click it to French, you'll see that most of the words have been translated into the French language. So we are going to go over to the elementary page today, and I'm just going to show you that the sixth grade class can be found in two places, the sixth grade elementary or the middle school sixth grade. And I put them in both places because some schools consider sixth grade to be a middle school course. So in here, you'll find sixth, seventh, and eighth, and all the classrooms are set up basically the same way. So I'm just going to show you the seventh grade classroom today. What you want to focus on in this classroom is the classwork tab. This screen is just going to show you any changes that I've made to any of the materials inside. So go ahead and click on classwork. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is how to translate this page into the French language. So you go up here to the right-hand corner and you'll see a little puzzle piece. The puzzle piece has your Google extensions. So if you click on the puzzle piece and you add the Google Translate extension, then you will be able to click on these three dots over here in the right-hand corner and go down to Translate. And then it will translate that language into English or French or any other language that you choose. So we're going to go ahead and pick French today. And you hit the translate button, and then you will see that the entire page has now been translated into the French language. So the first section is the welcome section. I have this video located here, as well as the information on how to translate any web page using that Google extension, as well as how to add French subtitles to any YouTube video that is found in this course. I also have directions on how to use the French Khan Academy website, because we're going to use that quite a bit throughout this course. So the first section we have here is PE. And there's some different resources in here, teaching PE for health for ESOL students, English language learners. We have a nutrition section, and then we have social and emotional learning. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that ESOL source and open up that health page. And you'll see this is the CK12 textbook website. And down at the bottom, you'll see different topics. These are different chapters within the textbook. So if we click on the first one and then click on the first section, then you'll see a video pop up. You can go ahead and clear this out. And there's a video that you can watch. This is a YouTube video, so you will be able to add the French subtitles to this. So you can go overhead here and click on the closed captioning button. And then you can change the language on the closed captioning to any language that you want. And so you'll go down to auto translate, and then you'll pick French. Okay, and you'll see that the words now are translated into the French language. And you can also change the size and the shape and all those types of things using the YouTube website itself. So you can see that they also have a quiz. So you can go to the quiz, which the button's over here on the right-hand corner. And then we can go back to our classroom. Let's see here. Our next resource is going to be a nutrition book. If for some reason the materials don't show up here in the box, you can just hit view instructions And then you'll see all the different materials available for learning about nutrition. This is our French BrainPop website. Now, there's 3 different BrainPop websites. You have the French version, you have BrainPop Junior, which is kind of for the lower grades, and you also have BrainPop, which is for the middle school. And we will have an account for that, so you'll have to get the login information from your administrator. But in here, they have great little videos on all different topics. They have a description of the video. And then they also have a quiz that goes with the video. And if you click on the quiz, you have to be logged in to get the quiz, but you can print out the quiz so that you can hand that out to your students to take, just to make sure that they've learned the material within the video. Okay, we also have different kinds of worksheets that you can do. And so if you just click on those, the worksheet will pop up. You can print those out using the little printer link over here, and then hand those out to your students to complete. Next, I'm going to show you, go back here. Just to close your thing, you can just click right back on that button and it'll close up your folder. The next one we have are Achievery classes, and these are for social emotional learning. You can go over here and pick the grade levels. So like we want 6th, 7th, and 8th grade appropriate videos. We'll save that. It will go ahead and give you all the videos associated with that. If we just want social and emotional learning, you will just click that one, but we have these videos all included within our coursework. So you have some science and math, English language arts. You just hit save, and then it'll show you the videos that are associated with social emotional learning. So you've got technology in our lives, balancing life, appreciating differences, lots of good topics to help middle schoolers kind of get through those challenging years of middle school. Next, we have IXL Spanish learning lessons. And I'm going to show you later a program called Duolingo, which you can also use for learning Spanish. So IXL is a program that we, have an account for. So you'll have to get your login information from your administrator for that as well. But you'll see that they have vocabulary, they've got grammar, context. So you've got a lot of good lessons here if you want to teach your students some Spanish. That's a really great resource for you to use. And you'll see that all you have to do is click on the link, and then the little activity will pop up on your screen. So next I'm going to show you the different ESOL resources. ESOL means English as a second language. And so I have a lot of different resources here to help you with teach your students the English language. So we have some ESOL courses that you can use, like listening exercises. This site is called ESOL Courses. And all you have to do is click on the link and it'll take you to the individual lessons on this page. In addition to that, we have vocabulary, reading, grammar. So lots of good lessons there to work with your kids. We also have some worksheets. So these are going to be different worksheets related to learning English. This site has a lot of ads. But if you just scroll down to here, you can see that they're broken down by grade level. They're broken down by section. So you can go ahead and click on whichever grade level your students are at as far as learning English, because even though they're in middle school, they might still be at like a 2nd or 3rd grade English learning language level. We have the Voice of America English classes, which is another good resource. You can see you have all these different lessons, how to say things, conversational English speaking. So these are a lot of really good resources as well. We have Cambridge. These are activities through Cambridge University for learning English. You can do basic, independent, or proficient. You can pick the skill that you want to work on. And so if we said basic grammar, it will pull up the 10 activities that are related to basic grammar in English. So that's another good resource for you as well. We also have some ESOL manuals. And then here is that Duolingo program I was telling you about. This is really kind of a fun little program. It's free. There is a paid version that you can get. The paid version just kind of gets you going a little bit further into the lessons. It also allows you to keep track of your progress, but you can create a free account and use that with your students on your main screen, your big screen. So you can see here that they give you a word, which one of these words is one. And if you click on un, it'll give you a sound for the word. And then you check it, and then it'll tell you to keep going. So there's a lot of really good little lessons in here for you to work with your students. We also have an ESOL manual, which will help you teach basic grammar and intermediate grammar. This again is an online textbook through K-12, CK-12. So moving down to the religion section, we have the Superbook Bible. This is a free Bible that's available. And so you can navigate this by just clicking on the book you want to teach from and the chapter you want to teach from. You'll see that it's changed here. You can actually turn this into the French language, translate it by using that translate button right here and click on that. You can switch between English and French so they can see the differences. You also have some other things like games available, videos that you can watch related to this topic. So that's another good resource. We also have some games. I'm going to go ahead and switch this back. You'll see once you've translated it, you can just click on this and then you can go ahead and switch it to whichever language you choose. It's not always this difficult, and you get used to it really quick, so it doesn't become too big of an issue. But we have some Bible lessons in here, so there's a lot of good little stuff you can do with your students, Bible lesson-wise. The Superbook game section, which has a lot of games associated with the Bible. We also have some songs and poems that are written by my mother-in-law that you might be able to use for different teaching concepts, which you might find useful. In the computer section, we have a couple different resources. First is the Achievery website. This is kind of a fun little website that we talked about earlier. You can also choose technology related concepts. And so again, you can do that by grade level. They have some coding classes and some different games that they can do, some graphic design work. So lots of good resources there. That might be more appropriate if the students have access to a computer. But if they don't, you can still do some of those lessons. We do also have free coding classes that are available. So you have some different resources here. Code.org is a fantastic free program that can help students learn at all different age levels how to code on the computer to do different activities. And so they'll code like a character to do a dance or song or something like that. Which is really fun. And you can, again, do that as a group or you can do it as an individual learner. We also have some worksheets in here on different topics related to the computer, like internet safety, the history of the internet, what a web browser is, what cookies are. You just click on those links and it'll take you to the worksheet. You'll see the printer icon in the upper right-hand corner. So you can either read it together as a group, or you can print out the worksheet. So when it's a Google Doc, you're not going to be able to use that. And the reason why is because this is actually a picture. They can, whenever it's a PDF file, it's going to be considered a picture. But one thing you can do is you can translate the individual sections of this into Google Translator and create a a copy of this in French. So that's one way that you could get that into the French language. Oops. All right, so next we're going to talk about, we also have some computer videos, and I believe these are done through BrainPop. Yes. So we have some in English and we have some in French. You'll see that if it's a French video, typically the words are going to be in French, but they have all these different topics in BrainPop in French on different computer, techniques, or what the internet is, what a blog is, and things like that. So that is BrainPop France. Now, let's go back. All right, next we have language arts. And there's a number of different things here. You can see Achievery is in here again. I showed you that earlier. So you can search for the language arts lessons. We also have IXL. IXL is a program that we pay for. And you can see that they have a number of different videos to help you with different concepts in language arts. They also have a lot of good activities that you can do with the kids involving different concepts, which we'll look at in a little bit. We have English writing, which is, this is a ESOL course for new English learners. And again, this is through the CK12 website. So this is a textbook, an online textbook. And if you just click on the section, you'll see that they give you the learning objectives. There's an introduction, they give you a chart. So there's, some visuals in there, but lots of good fun stuff, some review questions, things like that. Sometimes they will give you some resources that are not available on this one, but in some of them, they will give you some resources that you can print out and give to your students as well. So we also have one on journalism, because as they get into the upper grades, their English might be a little bit better. So you can start teaching them other concepts in English, like journalism, writing, stuff like that. Over here, we have the French BrainPop categories in writing. And so you have different things that you can show them about writing, biographies, dialogue, poems, things like that. So lots of good concepts there for you to watch in the French language about writing concepts and reading concepts. We also have the same thing for grammar. So you'll see that there's all the different grammar topics, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, lots of good videos there for you to help you teach your lessons daily. Now, I've also included the English units here. So you have the French version and then you have the English version. So make sure that you kind of go back and forth between the two to try and, solidify those French English conversational differences between the two languages. Now, after you're done teaching your concept or watching the videos, you can do IXL practice. IXL practice, it's going to be in English, but I'm going to show you how to kind of use it as a bilingual resource. So again, we can go up here, we can translate this page, so it's easier for you to find your concepts. And then once you're ready to do an activity, you go ahead and click. And there is a login for this. which you can see is pretty easy to log in. And then what you'll do is, like this is a reading passage, so you're probably going to want this to be in French. So you just go up here, translate it into French, and then you have your words in French. Now, the only thing is that the speaker is still going to be in English. So that's a good way for you to hear it in English, but be able to read it in French. So these are the IXL activities. And so you'll find those underneath this tab here. Then we have language arts worksheets, which you can print. They are all printable worksheets. You can find them on this website, which is Easy Teacher Worksheets. There are ads, so just don't click on the ads. If you scroll down, you'll see there's all different topics in English, alphabet letters, analogies, lots of good stuff for all different grade levels. All you have to do is click on the link, get out of your ad, and then all of the worksheets will show up. In addition to the worksheet, they also give you the answer key, which is nice. So once you click on the worksheet, all you have to do is either click the download button here in the right-hand corner or click on the little printer, and then you'll be able to print out the worksheet. Or you could just use it from the website as well, but you end up with all these ads. So at least if you download it to your computer, you can open it from your computer and then you won't have all these ads in your way. Okay, next. We're going to move over to science, and science has a textbook as well. Now, in middle school, you have 3 different science topics. You have earth and space, physical science, and life sciences. And so you can peruse through all 3 of those to go through all the different activities that are required for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science courses. Then we have some specific science courses, and these are through Khan Academy. So Khan Academy is a great resource. I have a video up at the top that shows you how to use Khan Academy. Basically, this goes chapter by chapter. You can log in like I have here, and it will actually remember your progress from one chapter to the next, so that when you re-log back in, it'll put you right back where you started. So you'll click on the chapter you're working on. You'll see where your progress has been made, because those will they'll show you which ones have been completed. And then as we go down, you'll see there's a video, and then these are activities. So you can first watch the video and then go ahead and do the questions that are associated with the video. So here are the questions, and they're all in French. This is the French version of Khan Academy. There is an English version as well. So if you wanted to go back and forth, you can. You can also just use that translator to change this into the English language for you if you wanted to go back and forth. So Khan Academy, excellent resource. You have your physical sciences, your biology, and your chemistry. So you have 2 different things there. You have an online course and you have an online textbook. We have those Achievery science lessons, which I showed you previously. You'll remember what this looks like. You just, look for your science category, hit save, and then that'll take you to your science videos. And you can see they have a lot of good science videos here. And then you can filter by grades, remember, to get the ones that are associated with the middle school. Next, we have kind of some other resources like lab safety, laboratory guidelines, some different activities you can do with the kids to teach them about lab safety. Even if you don't have a lab in your classroom, it's still important to teach them about lab safety and the scientific method. You can do science fair with your kids and have them do experiments and report on them, and do like a school-wide science fair, which is kind of fun sometimes for the kids. We also have IXL Science Practice. You'll see it's very similar to what the page I showed you before. So you just click on the link, it takes you to the activity that you're going to work on. I showed you how to translate that using the translator down here so you can make it into the French language. And you can see that if you click on these little buttons, they will give you a kind of like they'll read it out to you. So even if you can't read English and you can hear English, then you can just hit the speaker button and your students can hear it. So those are the IXL worksheets or practice, I'm sorry. Then we have science worksheets that are printable. This is that same website. You know, they've got all different topics, acids and bases, animals, astronomy. So again, just to get the worksheets, you click on the topic and then it'll take you to the page that has all the different worksheets in there with the answer keys, which I always love. We also have some NASA STEM resources. Hopefully you guys can access this page, but they have some pretty good little, you know, videos here from nasa.gov. There's also a NASA Khan Academy, so you can learn all about, you know, the universe, exploring the universe, mission control, things like that, which would be fun as well. So that's through Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a free resource, so all you have to do is create your own free account for that. We have USA Science and Engineering resources. There's a library, lesson plan library, so you can go in and you can download lesson plans on whatever topic it is you want to teach about. So that's kind of a fun thing you can do. And then again, you can filter by middle school and then by topic, which is really great. We have the Science Max videos, which are a lot of chemistry-based videos. My son loves this. This is a very fun website. They've got a lot of really good activities in here, you know, that you can replicate in your classroom too, which can be kind of fun. So he kind of makes science big. And let me go ahead and show you how you change the subtitles here. So you're going to click on the video you want to watch, and then you're going to go down here where it says closed captioning. And again, you'll see that it's come up in French, and that's because I have it sent to auto-generated French. And so you can go ahead and read it in French, even though you're hearing it in English. And that works for any YouTube video that you'll find in this website. We also have National Geographic Kids, which has a lot of really good stuff. You've got some games, some videos, things like that. Some of it is a little bit young for your age group, but I just put it in there because there is still some really good materials in here, even for the middle school grade levels, and definitely for 6th grade. When you get to the end of the thing, the end of the folder, sorry, you just hit view more and then it'll pop up the rest of the resources for you. So you also have some space videos in here. These are going to be through BrainPop, you know, as well as just some YouTube information, YouTube videos as well. So you might find those very helpful. All right, so moving on to math. Math, we have the math textbook. This is the middle school math textbook. And so this is for 7th grade. You'll find the 6th grade one and the 6th grade folder and the 8th grade one and 8th grade folder. But you can see that it will take you through all the different topics in 7th, 8th, or 6th grade math. And so you can actually use this as a class itself. I believe this is an interactive textbook, so there should be some questions and things that you can answer, as well as videos and stuff like that that you can watch. So they give you some practice problems over here on the right-hand side. And then if you need to get to your next activity, you could just go back to the middle school math link And then you just click on here and that'll take you to your next activity. And then again, they have some information. This is, all the information you need to teach your lesson. And they also have some practice problems you can do together as a group. So let's see here. We do have the Khan Academy math classes. I have listed a number of different ones depending on which level your students are at. So like we have cycle 4 mathematics, which could really be about 6th or 7th grade. Preemie math, which is like a little bit above that. And then we get into algebra, which is kind of a little bit more advanced, depending on where your math students are. We have the BrainPop math topics. So BrainPop does have a ton of different math topics for you to choose from. You just click on the link and it will take you through all the different topics that are in French. Now, if you wanted to switch to a different version, like the regular BrainPop English, and I don't have it in the folder, which I probably do, then you can just do that. You can just click on that link at the bottom. We have our Achievery math lessons, IXL math videos. Again, you'll have to be logged into your IXL account to get to the videos, but you'll see there's a number of different videos to help you teach different concepts in the 7th grade math class. Again, there's the 8th grade and 8th grade and the 6th grade and 6th grade. So it's separated for you there. We also have Math with Mr. J. He's a fantastic YouTube site. He's got concepts on just about everything you could possibly think of. So definitely check him out. You can use those French subtitles, even though these are in the English language, you can still use the French subtitles to help you with, help your students understand the English. We have math worksheets. These are through Dad's Worksheets, which is a fun website. I just love the name. So math worksheets. You've got all these different concepts that you can teach from. They've got different things on fractions, graphing. I mean, just about every concept you can think of, they have. And so all you have to do is go to the button, click through the ads. He does have ads. And then he's broken them down into specific kinds of fractions. So you would just click there and then click on the worksheet you want. You can see that there's 4 different versions of simple fractions. And then there's mixed fractions, and he's got multiple versions of that. So he's got a lot of worksheets. So if you need a worksheet, this is where you want to go for math. Then we have the IXL math lessons. And so you'll see that there's, lessons on integers and decimals. And so you've got all these different resources you can use to also help you teach, depending on what you prefer. Some teachers might like to use the online textbook, and some teachers might like to use the IXL, or some teachers might like to use the Khan Academy. So whichever one you think works best with you and your students, choose that option. But I do highly recommend the IXL math practice, because they do have a ton of practice problems and things for you to work with. And so you'll see that when you click on it, again, you can, even though the information is going to come up in English, you can translate that into French very easily. Okay. Just the speaker will only speak in English. All right, so I think we've come to the end of our classroom. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Please know that if you have any questions or concerns, you can always email me. If something's not working, please let me know and I can swap it out for something that is. All right, thanks. Have a great day.